Welcome to Nash Community College Drama Players virtual live show experience. For tonight's live performance, we will be taking a sip of the bone-chilling mind of Edgar Allan Poe. Tonight's story is The Cask of Amontillado, brought to you by Big Bang Radio and Studio 67, featuring the talents of Nash Community College Drama Players. So grab a glass and enjoy as we take you back to the old carnival of Italy.
The thousand injuries of Fortunato I had borne as best I could. But when he ventured upon insult, I vowed revenge. You, who so well know the nature of my soul, will not suppose, however, that I gave utterance to a threat. At length, I would be avenged. This was a point definitely settled, but the very definitiveness with which it was resolved precluded the idea of a risk. I must not only punish, but punish with impunity. A wrong is unredressed when retribution overtakes its redresser. It is equally unredressed when the avenger fails to make himself felt as such to he who has done the wrong. He had a weak point, this Fortunato. Although in other regards he was a person to be respected and even feared. He prided himself in his connoisseurship of wine. In painting and gimmery, Fortunato, like his countrymen, was a quack. But in the matter of old wines, he was sincere. In this respect, I did not differ from him. And it must be understood that neither by word nor deed had I given Fortunato cause to doubt my goodwill. I continued, as my wont, to smile in his face. And he did not perceive that my smile now was at the thought of his extermination. Oh, my dear Fortunato! How great it is to see you, and how remarkably well you are looking today. Well, I have received a cask of what passes for Amontillado. Oh, and I have my doubts.
How? Amontillado? A cask? Impossible. And in the middle of the carnival.
I have my doubts, and I was silly enough to pay full Amontillado price without consulting you in the matter, but you were not to be found, and I was fearful of losing a bargain.
Amontillado!
Oh, I have my doubt.
Amontillado!
And I must satisfy them.
Amontillado.
Oh, well, as you are engaged, I am on my way to Lucchesi. If anyone has a critical turn, it is he. He will tell me.
Lucchesi cannot tell sherry from Amontillado.
And yet some fools will have it that his taste is a match for your own.
Come, let us go.
Where?
To your vaults.
My friend, no! I will impose upon your good nature. I perceive you have an engagement. Lucchesi.
I have no engagement. Come.
Oh, friend, no, it is not the engagement, but the severe cold with which I perceive you are afflicted with. The vaults, they are insufferably damp. They are encrusted with nitre.
Let us go. Nevertheless, the code is merely nothing. Amontillado, you have been imposed upon. And as for Lucchesi, he cannot distinguish Amontillado from sherry.
Well, then hurry me to my palazzo. I trust there are no attendants at home. I told them I would not return until the morning.
They decided to make merry of the situation.
Oh, precisely. These orders were sufficient. I well knew to ensure their immediate disappearance. One and all, as soon as my back was turned. Oh, and be cautious as we go forth. These staircases are long, winding.
Tell Sherry from Amontillado. Learn to be a wine connoisseur at Cafe del Tasso. Our selection of wine is impeccable. Hailing from the vast gardens of our mount, we provide only the finest of wines. With our exquisite collection of wines spanning from Port to Bordeaux, you'll learn your way around a bottle in no time. Cafe del Tasso will have a buy glass, get a glass free soda during festivities of Carnival. So come to Cafe del Tasso to take a sip of happiness. It's to die for.
We are not responsible for alcohol poisoning, in general, stomach ache, bad times, headaches, cramps, or death.
Welcome back to Nash Community College Drama Players' production of Edgar Allan Poe's The Cask of Amontillado. When we last left off, Montresor and Fortunato were heading into the vaults of the Montresor lineage. Let's return to Italy into the dark night to continue our spine-tingling story.
A cask?
It is farther on, but observe the white webwork which gleams along these cavern walls.
Oh, is that nitre?
Oh, yes. Oh, how long have you had that cough?
It is nothing.
Oh, come. We will go back. Your health, it is precious. You are rich, respected, admired, beloved. You are happy. As once I was. You are one to be missed. For me, it doesn't matter. We will go back. You will be ill, and I cannot be responsible. Besides, there is Lucchesi.
Enough! The cough is a mere nothing. It will not kill me. I shall not die of a cough.
True. True. And indeed, I had no intention of alarming you unnecessarily, but you should use all proper caution. A draught of this medoc will defend us from the damps. Drink.
I drink to the buried that repose around us.
Oh, and to your long life.
These vaults are extensive.
The Montressors were a great and numerous family.
I forget your arms.
A huge human foot door in a field of azure. The foot crushes a serpent rampant, whose fangs are embedded in the heel.
And the motto,
Nemo me impune lucesi.
which means no one attacks me with impunity. Good.
Good. The niter. See, it increases. It hangs like moss upon the vaults. We are below the river's bed. The drops of moisture trickle among the bones. Oh, come, we'll go back. It is too late. Your cough.
It is nothing. Let us go on. But first, another draft of that medoc. You do not comprehend?
Not me.
Then you are not of the Brotherhood.
How?
You are not of the Masons.
Of course I am.
You? Impossible. A Mason.
Mason?
A sign, a sign.
Here we are.
You jest. A trowel. A true Mason's tool. But let us proceed to the Amontillado.
Of course, friend. Come, take my hand into the depths in search of the Amontillado. Watch your head, dear Fortunato. The arches are low.
But yet the narrowing hall grows in number.
Oh, yes. Our crypt is fashioned after the great catacombs of Paris. The walls are ornamented with the bones of our ancestors.
Let us proceed further into the recesses of the vaults.
Oh, come further is the Amontillado. As for Lucchesi,
He is an ignoramus. I can go no further. The wall, this crevice, but where is the?
Ah!
Oh! Ah! Ah! Ah!
Stay still.
Ah! My dresser! Ah! Ah!
Oh, you no longer have to stand bewildered, as I have secured your place along the wall. Pass your hand over the wall. Feel the matter. Oh, it is too damn. Please, my friend, let us turn back. No, you are you are chained in thought to the Amontillado. Oh, well, then I must leave you. But before that drastic measure, I will help you as much as I
The Amontillado.
can. Yes, the Amontillado. The bones must be moved before I begin the work. I had scarcely laid the first tier of masonry when I discovered that the intoxication of Fortunato had in great measure worn off. The first indication I had of this was a low, moaning cry from the depths of the recess. And this was not the cry of a drunken man.
Lady Greta, your cough is unbearable. Have you consulted someone?
It is most insufferable.
Ladies, lend me your ears. I have something you want to hear.
We are in church. We have our ears.
Mine is... Well...
I have a remedy for it that tastes of the finest spirits. It works as fast as light travels. It lets your cough and your throat.
Doubtful. A nasty cough like mine is the best medicine that can be offered.
Here, take it now, and you'll be in the best shape for all night at carnival.
It is worth it. Try. I've tried everything.
I am cured! I feel better than ever.
If you have a terrible cough, you want to try Dr. Knight's cough elixir. Write in at 1600 Camilla Wall Street, and I will cure what ails you. Never miss a night with night pills.
Once again, I welcome you back to the deep recesses of the Montresor family cellar and catacombs, where we find Montresor in his labor.
I laid the second tier and the third. And the fourth. And then I heard the furious vibrations of the chain. The noise lasted for several minutes, during which I might hearken to it with the more satisfaction. I ceased my labors and sat down upon the bones. When at last the clanking subsided, I resumed the trowel and finished without interruption the fifth, the sixth, and the 7th tier. And the wall was now nearly upon a level with my breast. I again paused, and holding the flambeau over the masonwork, I threw a few feeble rays upon the figure within. Brief moment I hesitated. I trembled. I began to grope with it, with my trowel about the recess. But then the thought of an instant reassured me. I placed my hand upon the solid fabric of the catacombs and felt satisfied. I reapproached the wall. It was now midnight, and my task was drawing to a close. I had completed the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th tier. I had finished a portion of the last and the 11th. And there remained but a single stone to be fitted and plastered in. I struggled with its weight. I placed it partially in its destined position, but now there came from out the niche a low laugh that erected the hairs upon my head.
A very good joke indeed, an excellent jest. We shall have a many a rich laugh about it at the palazzo of our wine.
Yes, the Amontillado.
Yes, the Amontillado. But is it not getting late? Would they not be worried and waiting for us? La Familia and the rest? Let us be gone.
Oh, yes. Let us be gone.
For the love of God, Montresor!
Yes, for the love of God. Fortunato. Fortunato? My heart grew sick on account of the dampness of the catacombs. I hastened to make an end of my labor. I forced the last stone into its position, and I plastered it up. Against the new masonry, I re-erected the old rampart of bones. For the half of a century, no mortal has disturbed it. In pace, reresquiat. Rest in peace,
And that concludes our telling of Edgar Allan Poe's The Cask of Amontillado. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you to the Studio 67 team and the people at Big Bang Radio. Raise a glass.